Here we can compare with Marx too, because beside comparing Marx, we can't understand Lenin. So we know that what was a strategy of revolution for Marx? What was a strategy of revolution for Marx? We know that for Marx, what was strategy for revolution? First, it is a revolution by working class. You remember, Marx never speak about the political party. And then revolution occurred spontaneously. It means Marx never accepted any political party. These are very important. When Marx talk about destruction of capitalism, he talk about communist revolution. Then first revolution will be brought about a working class, proletariat class, and then it will be spontaneously. It means there is no need of the party. There is no need of party. This shall be spontaneous revolution. That was the idea of Marx. And third, Marx said that wherever capitalism develop fully, communist revolution will take place there. Wherever capitalism will develop fully, communist revolution will take place there because of the rising of capitalism. Because with the growth of capitalism, the condition of working class will decline. Because of the growth of capitalism, even there is a condition of working class is become more marginalized. So they are facing the economic crunch. And even Marx also said that even most of the smaller capitalist class, they are also submerging within the working class because of concentration of property only in the few capitalist class. So number of capitalist class is also dwindling because of the rising of capitalism. That was the idea of Marxist revolution, and we can't ignore the fact that Marxist revolution was always international. It was international working class movement. It was not limiting in the any periphery of nation state. So it was international working class movement. That was the idea of Marx. So when Marx is speaking about his strategy of revolution, that was very clear. And that is point, according to Marxist premise, where revolution should have been occurred first. US, Holland, UK, these were the nations which were fully capitalist. But the interesting part is that Lenin brought about revolution in Russia. That was very interesting. How it's possible that even Russia, when Lenin brought about revolution in Russia was not an industrialized nation. Russia was not fully capitalist. And that was a contradiction. That was challenge for Marxism. That is point some people like, even the very close friend of Marx, like Edward Bernstein. He was also German. He said that Marx failed at all. Bernstein said that. Why Edward Bernstein says that Marx failed? Because Marx said that wherever capitalism will grow fully, that will decline automatically, because seed of destruction of capitalism lies within the capitalism. And Marx has shown the systematic causes of downfall of capitalism. But what was happening? Just opposite. Wherever capitalism was growing, there was no visible dissatisfaction among the working class. What does it mean? Capitalism was strengthening, and even working class was also enjoying same time. Even working class was celebrating birthday. Now working class was saying, "Ho jayegi balle balle." And they were celebrating birthday. They were celebrating marriage anniversary. These are bourgeoisie's ideas. Miss Universe, Mr. Fraser. These are capitalist ideas. And interestingly, wherever capitalism was growing, there was no visible sign of their dissatisfaction among working class. It means working class is also profitable for capitalism. Even capitalism is profitable for working class. If there is no distress among the working class, why working class should overthrow the capitalism? Tell me the reason. What Marx says that capitalism is exploitative. Capitalism only benefit the few. Capitalism benefit only class. And then why this communist revolution could not happen in the Europe? This was a very critical question. And Edward Bernstein directly said that Marx failed. Lenin said that, who are you? Lenin said, oh my God, you Edward Bernstein? Once upon a time, you were close associate of Marx and you are speaking like that? Edward Bernstein said that, yes, I am still a friend of Marx, but I make admission too. How I can close my eyes with the actual reality? And actual reality is that nobody is ready for communist revolution. Forget about communist revolution. Forget about destruction of capitalism. So people say to Edward Bernstein, what do you mean? Bernstein say that, let us see. I have a political program. If you want to obtain the goal of socialism, then you must introduce democracy, constitutionalism. Through democracy, through peaceful method, we can get objective of socialism, not at all by the communist revolution. Not at all by communist revolution. This was the idea of the Bernstein, but that was totally rejected by Lenin. That is totally rejected by Lenin. Why? Lenin said that don't worry. Lenin tried to give the answer first. Lenin, first question before Lenin was that why communist revolution is not taking place in Europe? Why communist revolution is not taking place in Europe? That was the first question before Lenin. Lenin said that don't worry, very simple reason is that. Why this is happening? Because of development of imperialism. Lenin came with an idea. Lenin said that do not pinpointing about the issues of Marx. Marx can't be wrong. And what is happening? Conditions are changing. And then people ask, what do you mean by imperialism? Lenin said that it is the highest stage of capitalism, nothing else. It means when Marx was writing, capitalism was not reaching on its highest stage. When Marx was writing, capitalism was in its lower form of development. And you can see there may be multiple manifestation of capitalism, mercantilism, capitalism in form of goods. What is the highest variety of capitalism? Financial capitalism. When capital come in form of banking, this was the highest stage of capitalism. Then Lenin says that now we are in the phase of imperialism. And because of imperialism, what happened? Because of imperialism, what happened? Capitalist nations are getting the raw materials of African continent. What is the literal meaning of imperialism? Exploitation of one nation by other. That is the imperialism. Therefore, these capitalist nation like US or capitalist nation like UK, Holland, France, these were the capitalist nation. Now UK, Holland and France, they are exploiting the African continent. They're exploiting the raw materials of Africa. And because these capitalist nations are getting the raw materials resources of Africa, and that is point for time being, they are not exploiting the working class of their own nation. Now there is a shift in the exploitation. And then people ask to Lenin, then what will happen in days to come? Lenin said that don't worry, sooner or later, the capitalist exploitation in Africa will come to an end. And when capitalist exploitation, it means capitalists will not get African continent for exploitation, then what will happen? They will exploit their own working class. And once they will exploit their own working class, there will be dissatisfaction among the working class. They will be subject to exploitation, and the class consciousness will develop. And finally, this will be the basic cause of revolution. It means what Lenin thought, that capitalist nation will see the unfolding of revolution. It means revolution is not come to an end. It is a postponed for a time being. It is a postponement. Because just we have to wait. How imperialism is coming to an Indian African continent. But the question is that if imperialism in Africa came to an end, nothing happened. And Lenin further said that once capitalists are getting exploitation from African continent, therefore they are giving some profit for the working class too. Therefore, he says that this is a tendency of embourgeoisement of the working class. Working class is also getting some share of exploitation. Therefore, they become happy. So they are not angry with the capitalism. But let us wait. Don't be worried. And once imperialism is coming to an Indian Africa, there will be revolution in the UK, Holland, Italy, everywhere in the Europe. This was the Lenin's premise. And then Lenin says that what we should do till now, because this is fixed, because revolution is not occurring in the Western nation. Revolution is not going on in the capitalist nation. In the meantime, what we should do? Wait and watch. Lenin said, no. We should search next destination of revolution. And what is the next destination of revolution? That is Russia. And now Lenin is justifying the second point, because if revolutions occurred in Russia, this is again puzzle for Marxist. This again I'm repeating, this was a puzzle for Marxist, because Marxists say that we cannot imagine revolution without development of capitalism. This was Marxist premise. And Russian society was not capitalist. Therefore, there was a communist leader in Russia, Plekhanov. Plekhanov was criticizing Lenin. When people asked to Plekhanov, what is your strategy for revolution in Russia? Plekhanov, Plekhanov, Plekhanov. He was a Plekhanov. Plekhanov had just opposite viewpoint regarding revolution in Russia. But Plekhanov is known as the orthodox Marxist. Plekhanov said that we should wait until Russia is not becoming the capitalist nation. It means without bourgeoisie's revolution, we cannot go towards communist revolution. And how bourgeoisie revolution will occur? When the capitalists will throw the feudal lords. Therefore, French Revolution was bourgeoisie. In the Marxist term, French Revolution means it was a revolution where capitalists have overthrown the feudal lord. And once capitalists have thrown the feudal lord, then our task begins. Don't be in a hurry. Plekhanov says that wait. Bernstein says that no revolution at all. Lenin says that nahi. What Lenin said that jab tak todunga nahi tab tak. Lenin was just opposite. Lenin said that don't worry. How revolution will occur in Russia? People are saying that, oh my God. Therefore, Sabine says that Lenin is an inverted Marxism. Leninism is inverted Marxism. It means Lenin is not Marxist. Lenin is doing what Marx never said. And the same question asked to Lenin, oh my God, are you changing Marx? Lenin said, who said? Who said? I'm changing Marx. Well, no, people are saying that you're changing Marx. Lenin said, don't speak like that. I am a hardcore follower of Marx. I am merely interpreting in the changing condition of Marx. I am only interpreting Marx. And how you can imagine that interpretation will be same? And you always believe that Lenin was a strategist. Strategists know that coalition is important. Without coalition, you can't survive. Here, what is happening? Even Congress is supporting Aam Aadmi Party. This is part of a strategy because we know that Lenin was a strategist. And believe me, Lenin said that why communist revolution may occur in Russia. Then first he defended Marxism in that context. So he said that don't worry, revolution is going to happen. There is no other alternative of revolution. Therefore, we are going to bring about revolution in Western European nation. And what was second objective of Lenin? Lenin says that don't worry, Russia will be the next destination of revolution. And how Russia will be next destination of revolution, that was said by Lenin. Why Russia will be next destination? You look, Marx himself made Communist International for bringing about revolution in the entire world. And how Russia will become the next destination? Because Lenin says that for revolution, two conditions are important. First is a material or economic condition. For bringing about revolution, first economic or material condition that is needed. And second, political. Second, ideological. And here Lenin has accepted the importance of ideology. That is very interesting. Marx never accepted ideology. Lenin says that now capitalism is developed in form of imperialism. Therefore, every very happy is that Lenin is adding something in Marxism. But he said, no. I am not changing Marx at all. That is point. One condition is economic or material. Second one is an ideological. Second one is an ideological. And what is ideological? Because Lenin says that a strong political party exists in Russia. And do not speak that whether Russia is a feudal or Russia is industrialized, Russia is a not capitalist. This is wrong because now imperialism is there in every part of the world. Now there is imperialism in every part of the world, and therefore Russia is also one link of imperialism because now imperialism expanded in every corner of the world. Therefore, this is not a proper question to ask that whether Russia is industrialized or not, Russia is urbanized or not. Because the matter of fact is that there is imperialism in every part of the world. Therefore, if there is imperialism in every part of the world, so therefore there is imperialism in China too. Sorry, there is imperialism in India too. There is imperialism in UK too, China too, and then there is imperialism in Russia too. So imperialism is like a chain. But the various links are there. Are you getting this point? Because what Lenin said that do not involve in that interpretation whether Russia is a capitalist or not, Russia is industrialized or not. This question become meaningless because of expansion of imperialism in everywhere in the world. This is not a logical question. What is more important? Now imperialism is just like a chain that is engulfing the entire world. And therefore, UK is also a link, US is also a link, Holland is also a link, but Russia is also a link. There is various link in this chain. Now every nation is attached with that link. The question is that we have to breaking down this chain. Therefore, what we search, weakest link or strongest link. अगर चेन कहीं तोड़ना है, if you want to break down the chain, so what is the pragmatic? Search the weakest link. Otherwise, therefore, UK, Holland, and France, they were the strongest link. Why strongest link? Because there was more influence of capitalism existed in these countries. Because here there was no presence of party, Communist Party, and here economic material condition was there, but it was a favorable for working class because of imperialism. Because of imperialism, these are the strongest chain because here state and government are very powerful, and there is no visible dissatisfaction among the working class. That is point. You cannot bring about revolution in the strongest chain. But Russia, which became the part of First World War, and where there was rule of Tsar, monarchy was even about to collapse in Russia. The people who participated in First World War, peasants, then soldiers, the economic condition was volatile, and that is a point. Russia says that both conditions are sufficient. Lenin says that both conditions are better in Russia. Therefore, it is better to first bring about revolution in Russia. This was how he justifying Bolshevik revolution in Russia, because he said that in Russia, what happens? Every condition is fulfilled, but in other part of the world, no, because Communist Party is not stronger. Even there is no visible dissatisfaction, but dissatisfaction level in Russia is very high. Therefore, we should not wait for that. Rather than Russia should become industrialized, what we should do? First destination of revolution must be Russia. Thereafter, we will look towards Western Europe. In the meantime, there will be downfall of imperialism. In the meantime, imperialism will come down, and then we are going to break down the strongest chain. But the question is that Lenin justified both revolution in Russia as well as the reason behind why revolutions were not taking place in Europe. Gramsci was not agree with that. Because why Lenin was not correct? Because imperialism in Africa came to an end. But still we are searching a communist revolution in a European country. And what happened? After demise of Soviet Union, even Eastern European nation have thrown out the communism. After demise of Soviet Union, now condition have changed a lot. And therefore Gramsci is offering an alternative viewpoint. Gramsci was very much visionary, and his viewpoint is really a very insightful, a very logical. Gramsci was very much appreciating Marx, very much appreciating Lenin, but he is not agree with the tactics of revolution. Answer is very simple.